Hey everybody, I just wanted to share some scripture with you. During this time, a lot of people have been asking about ways that they can help. So I wanted to share some scripture that might speak to that and then talk to you about a few ways that you might be able to help during this time. This comes from the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verses 2, 9, and 8. Starting with verse 2, says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." And then down in verses 9 and 10, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers." So I wanted to give you a few kind of different opportunities or things that you can do during this time, and you're kind of holed up in the house, or you're thinking about how can I continue to let my faith show and reach out and connect with people and help people know that they're not alone, and that you're willing to be there for them. So the first one I would say is you just get you a little note card and write a little something in there. I know we don't do this very often anymore. We like to do things digitally or whatever, texting things. But get a little note card, write somebody a note and send it to them, and just let them know that you're thinking about them. They would love to get that in the mail. Another way that you can do is that you can use your phone to call and check up on somebody. We don't do that as much anymore either, but I know especially a lot of our older folks, grandparents, aunts and uncles, things like that, they would love to get a phone call, and you've probably got a little more time now on your hands, so you don't just have to text and be fast about it, but you can actually spend a little bit of time talking with folks and letting them know. Something else we've been doing a lot of around here at the church for the last couple weeks, more than normal, is supporting our local food banks. The food banks and the food pantries are continuing to stay open, even in this stay-at-home proclamation that's been given. And so anything we can do to support them, and it's okay for you if you're picking food up and taking it to a food bank. If you're stopped, you just tell them that's what you're doing, and you should be okay, because the food banks are definitely going to be needing our help as they do this. Another thing that I read about yesterday is to donate blood. If you're someone who could donate blood, I read that more than 7,000 blood drives have been canceled in the United States in the last few weeks. And so that's like between 250 and 300,000 units of blood that have not been collected. So if that's something you're willing to do and you can do, just contact your local Red Cross Center, and probably be best to even make up set an appointment to be able to go and do that. One other thing that we've done around here a lot, I like to do, is make up these stoplight bags for the homeless. There are still people on the corners, if you happen to see them, who need help, who are struggling right now. I usually like to put some water in there, a pair of socks. Clean, dry socks are a huge thing to homeless folks, especially during times like this, or if it rains. Some crackers, some snacks, maybe a protein like a Vienna sausages, something like that. Something fun like some candy or Skittles or a Snickers bar, and then maybe a handwritten note just saying, "Hey, we're thinking about you, praying for you, hang in there, don't give up." So those are some things that you can do. One last thing I was thinking about is if you know someone who's a first responder, or a nurse, a doctor, even somebody who's really important right now. There's people who are restocking our grocery shelves. If you know somebody that's what they do, if you would maybe make a meal for them, and just let them know, drop it off on their front porch, or even order a pizza and have it sent to their house for them, and just say, "Hey, we are thankful for what you're doing." That'd be a great way that you could support somebody and help somebody during this time. Last thing I want to say is this, that you can do: don't buy up and hoard all the toilet paper. That's something huge you can do to help everybody during this time. I've got a list of other ways you can help in the community. If you'd like to know what they are, shoot me an email here at the church, and I will get that list of information to you so you can decide if there's something that maybe you can help with that's still going on in our community. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.